Hello YouTube, welcome back. Today we are doing standard number 2 with all of the Tarkir cards, and we are looking at a sort of funky Rakdos Storm deck. I think a lot of people saw the Storm Scale Scion. It's one of the most hyped cards of the set, and I think most people automatically put it into an Is It Storm, which is pretty common. But I wanted to show off sort of a possible different take because I wanted to incorporate as many Tarkir cards as possible. So we are going to be doing some Rakdos Storm. And to make that possible, we are going to be getting the Sig Ceremony, which anytime a creature comes onto the battlefield, you destroy it and you make some 2/2s. That's a little bad because your first dragon that you cast becomes a 2/2. But it does reduce the cost of all of your creature spells by 2, making it easier to get the dragon out earlier, but also giving you a ton of other free things that you can use to storm into that dragon. Cards like the Market Back Walker. You can cast it for just 1 with the Sig out, which is 0 mana. You can draw a card and it counts for your storm count. Also, cards like the Iridescent Tiger, which is from Tarkir. When it comes onto the battlefield, you net 5 mana, and if you have Sig on the battlefield, it only costs you 3. So you're actually net positive an additional 2 mana, which is neat. So it's going to help you sort of chain into more cards. Now, how can we make this a little bit more likely to happen? Because you need a lot of pieces, right? You need the dragon, you need the Sig, you need some tigers. Well, that's going to be some redraw. So we have the Tersa Light Shatterer, lets you redraw 2 and recast things out of your graveyard with Threshold, and the Fear of Missing Out, also a redraw, and gives you extra combats if you happen to get a lot of dragons on the battlefield. You can kill someone in 1 turn. Another cute thing I wanted to add was the Flame Cache Gecko. It sort of functions like both sides of the puzzle. It allows you to redraw cards when you need to start digging for pieces, but also allows you to combo off if you've dealt damage to an opponent that turn. It's another free spell that you can effectively cast to get additional triggers of your Storm Scale Scion. Other cards of note, there really aren't a ton. The Exhale is just removal. I liked it better than like a Shock because this deck's not aggressive enough to need the extra reach for Shock or Lightning Strike to go face. Either we have 10 dragons or we don't, and the extra 2 damage to face is probably not going to change much. So I liked the Exhale being able to kill creatures that are a little bit stickier. The other cards I haven't mentioned here is the Overlord. This is effectively just a way for me to dig really, really hard for dragon and or extra triggers early on. If my opening hand has a dragon, we want to get as many tigers, as many geckos and things in our hand as possible. I was really aggressive with the mana base. We have every duel that we could possibly get, including ones that come into play tapped. I just wanted to make sure we could always cast our spells, Sig being triple black. Also, the Tiger only produces 1 red, so you need an additional red mana, and it can be quite intensive. Sig only reduces by 2 colorless, so if you want to be chaining, this into Tiger, into Scion, you really need 4 red sources, in addition to having had cast Sig with 3 black sources. So I wanted to be as aggressive as I could here with the mana base. All right, let's go ahead and check it out. I am in bronze. I decided to play this deck early on because I don't expect it to do particularly well, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play. So let's shuffle it up and give it a try. All right, this hand seems slow, but pretty good against aggro. The exhausts are sort of there against some of the more aggressive decks, so we'll see how this goes. I don't love it. There's no redraw here. We don't have any of our combo pieces. But we do have some redraw and some draw with the Walker. And we did indeed find one of the more aggressive pieces. And I think I am going to just blow it up now because they have so many spells that can protect it and grow it at instant speed. I think it's worth just killing. We'll probably run back the same thing this turn, play the tapped land and the exhaust. Okay, there's a piece. We love to see it. I will just pay the extra 1 here. Next turn we can play the Walker, which I think is a really cool card to buy us some more time against this deck, as well as draw enough cards to help us combo through the deck, because we really don't need a ton of cards. Well, we don't need double storm. So let's go ahead and start by discarding a storm and seeing if we can find some more pieces to help us storm off. We do need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do need one more land, but we're really looking for like cats. I guess we could have binned it just to try to get the light shatterer to activate. Okay, well, I guess if our opponents stay on 3 land and we have double removal spell against Boros mice, I guess we're gonna get there. All right, what do we have going on here? We have a couple of our pieces. I really like the ceremony with the walker combination. Lets you draw a bunch of cards. We have 2 here and a removal. I think this is solid. We just need any black source. I think that's fine. Hey, we found it. Okay, this enters taps and we get to surveil. I would indeed like more mana, that's fine. And then we will just play Sib-Sig on 3. All right, my opponent is ramping very, very quickly. I think that's fine with me though, because we should be able to go over the top. We just gotta find a dragon, and we've got everything. We got everything we need here. Okay, beans. That's a big one. They shouldn't be able to wipe the board. They're ramping even more. Okay, so we just gotta find our pieces, and I think that is going to start by drawing 3. Hopefully we find dragon, more tigers, more things. It's not that. Okay, discard 1. I think a land is fine. We have a basic, so this makes everything. We have a good mana spread. All right, so there's hard casting a 7/6 with trample, which honestly shouldn't be able to compete with a bunch of dragons. Gain some life, got it. This is a big flying dragon and an elf. Okay, well, we didn't find it. So we are going to have to try to dig. This lets us redraw the most cards. What do we want to redraw? This, and I think the gecko lets us redraw the most. No dragon. Huh. Well, shoot. We're not dead yet, right? We've got plenty of life at the moment. If we cast Tiger, it gives us some mana. 5, 6. Okay, if we cast... All right, so if we cast Tiger, it gives us 5 mana, which with the mana we have is 6. So control, we're going to cast the Overlord for its impending cost. Hang on. Yeah, cast it for its impending cost, hope to find a dragon. If we don't, then we have to, I guess, go with the walker and go for 2 more. Gross. We missed. Boo. Draw. Still no dragon. We We can't cast this, so I guess I'm just gonna go here. Look for a dragon, hope to not die. Oh, come on. That's so sad. Come on, we're so close. We had it, we had such a, I really thought we had it when we used the cat to make enough mana, perfect 6 mana to cast Overlord, find dragon, play dragon. We had so many cards. I had such high hopes. So now we have to figure out how much mana we can use with the, okay, we found something. So let's start with the redraw, because this is a tap land, so that's not helping us at all. So we're just gonna bin this, right? Because we can't cast anything, we need an untapped land, which doesn't help us. So we're gonna cast this for just the one. That's going to trigger, hope we find something like a cat. We didn't find it. So dragon for 3, nothing else makes any more mana. Dragon for 3 though, let's make 3 dragons. Like, it's hard to complain about that. That is a Lotto dragon. I think we hold off one more turn because the 6/6s are holding off the Trumpeter and the Overlord. We get to recast a lot of cards. The problem is this can also get all the lands we've binned. Is this the thing that deals damage to everything? Yeah, 3 damage to everything, so it's going to hurt all of my idiots. Kill one of my dragons. Oh man. Well, we did the thing. It just didn't come together super well. You know, there was one turn where we just almost had it, just needed a little help. And was just a little short, like 1 turn short of finding the dragon. And then when we did find it, we just didn't have enough mana to really cycle through. We didn't have enough of our cyclers to make it happen, but still not too far away. I think we can still do it. All right, we are on the play and we have early removal, we have a redraw, and we have dragon. After that last game, when we couldn't find a dragon to save our lives, I am pretty happy to have one in my opening hand. All right, we're against Teamer Stuff. Teamer Stuff's not too bad. I'm gonna hold off on the Walker. I think casting the Walker with Sibsig and with the Scion is really, really important. Should we just kill the elf? I think the answer is always yes. Could be wrong, but I think it is always yes. Let's go here. We will redraw just the spring, because I like having all of these things. All right, we don't have Sibsig, so we need the full 6 mana if we want to cast the Scion here. But we can sort of cycle into it. Oh, well, we found it. We don't have enough just yet, but we will next turn, which is pretty nifty, especially if we can attack with the Light Shatterer. Then we can Gecko, Walker, Storm. That'll be nice. All right, you have a big Overlord. You got it. Well, we're not gonna get to Gecko now. I might get to Gecko if we hit a land off of the Walker. Oh, got there. All right, just make sure that you can actually make red mana. You can, so we'll go here. So we've cast 3 spells, so we'll get 2 dragons and an idiot. That's not so bad. We did it! We did the thing. Excellent. That's all we wanted, was to do the thing. They are at 14 with 1 blocker effectively, so they would need 1 more blocker, 2 more blockers to live on the ground. Okay, they're playing a battle, which just ramps them. Which I think means we are good, because they can block 2 things, take 14. We like that. And this, ooh. Okay, this is gonna put enough cards in the bin for the Light Shatterer, which allows us to recast some stuff. I think I don't want the dragon. I think I want the walker. And we can attack. We get to replay a land. Fine. We like free land. Woohoo! We did the thing. Thank you. It's so silly. It's so much work. It's so much work. Oh boy. All right, the deck did the thing, but it didn't do it super well. Let's see if we can get that combo to work just a little bit better. I don't love all the tapped lands, but I'm a big fan of being on the play. We have some redraw. Aha, Lizard. I like playing Fear of Missing Out. Hurts us a little bit, but it allows us to get some redraw. I think the Lizard is one. I like the Hanger Backwalker. Cool. The Hanger, the Market Backwalker, whatever. They are all named vaguely the same thing. Sure. So we take 2 here. The opponent is, on the slower side, which is what we could hope for. This is nice. We can cast the Gecko and hold open the Exhale. I like that. The question is do we let them go to combat? They are going to kill my thing. I think I'm just gonna kill this and we're gonna behold a dragon and show them this. They probably can't stop it or protect it. A Monstrous Rage doesn't save it. That's also one I wish I could kill, but whatever. Let's go ahead and Walker for 2. I like being able to block with this. Sure, draw 2 cards. Hopefully that finds our combo pieces that we kind of need. Oh no, not quite, but that's okay. Fear of Missing Out's a good place to start. Our opponent has 1 card left. Enters Surveil. Okay, let's play the Fear of Missing Out. I'm going to bin the Pain land, which will draw us a card. We can then play a Scryland. Fear of Missing Out also bins another card, and it's a good blocker. Yeah, we like this. I think 2/3s are a little harder for them to get through. They have no cards in hand. Great. This doesn't feel terrible. Sure, take 3. Nice and slow. If they draw a land, they are in some trouble at some point. Do I want to bin the land with the Fear of Missing Out? I could just play the dragon. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. It doesn't do the storm thing, but like, at least we have a really good blocker. A top deck shock or strike isn't going to fix it. They might just not be able to attack for a turn, which also helps. Great. Now I will Fear of Missing Out and bin the Vents. I do like Vents, but another dragon? Okay, well, we're hanging out. All right, they've top decked a mouse, which is nice. It's gonna get them an extra card draw every turn. They're gonna give it double strike, which they might want to attack with. Trade for anything, which I actually think would be great. Then they have the Heartfire mouse I need to watch out for as well, because it's gonna get bigger. I will trade with the Fear of Missing Out. It doesn't trade with a large Heartfire mouse very well. Honestly, very happy they traded because they could have gotten a new card every turn. What is happening here? I guess I'm just gonna play a dragon because why not? Am I trying to race here? Probably. I think that's fine. Do I have 1-drop spells in the deck? I've got just the 1 Callous Breath. So playing this probably doesn't help. I think I'm more interested in cycling it away. Yep, it's bigger now. It has double strike. They have 0 cards and they drew like Swift Spear, Hasty Mouse, Heartfire. Cool. Oh, we did it. We got there. Let's go. Take that, aggro deck. Make some dragons hit you in the face. We have much blocks. Okay, well, the deck functions. Maybe not quite to the extent that I had hoped, but overall pretty happy. Let's take a look at the deck. A handful of games, and we had some fail to functions and some pretty non-stellar like when it worked, it didn't work super well. And I would also like to note that it's the beginning of the season and I haven't been playing Standard prior to this. So part of the reason I picked this deck is because I'm in Bronze, and so I don't expect this deck to do particularly well, but I thought it looked fun and I wanted to try it. So what have we learned? I think Gecko didn't function the way I wanted. It didn't have enough aggressive stuff to ensure that I'm triggering the extra mana to chain extra cards like Gecko and Tiger into the Storm Scale. It never really worked. The redraw was a little too slow as well. So I think Gecko is out. We need to find something else that functions similar to Walker and sort of is self-sufficient. The Exhale was okay. We could have done a Shock or something along those lines. I picked Exhale because I don't think this deck is aggressive enough to need the reach with a card like Shock or Lightning Strike, but it is going to struggle with more aggressive decks. So rather than a Shock, I like Exhale because it does an extra point of damage effectively, kills creatures that are a little bit bigger. And with dragons, you know, sometimes it's cheap, which is nice. Fear of Missing Out was really cool. We didn't really get to utilize the extra turns and it was a little hard to turn on, but I like the redraw and it fuels the Light Shatterer, which was nice. The Light Shatterer getting double redraws was really cool. The Overlord was nice. It really helped us find our dragons, even though sometimes they liked to not show up. Now, there was a couple of times where we got to chain Tiger, 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 Dragon, and that felt really cool, but it wasn't like a huge payoff. And without Sibsig, 3 dragons, and a Scion, you kind of had to have everything to make it work. That said, the deck was a lot of fun. It was really, really cool trying to make that combo work. And when it did sort of pop off, when we were getting lots of dragons, especially without Sibsig on board, it was flashy, cool, and a lot of fun. Now, make sure you guys leave me a comment down below and let me know if there are any decks that you guys would like us to try out here on the channel. I will be working my way up to Mythic this month, playing all of these different variety decks. Of course, starting off with more Tarkir focused stuff. So if you guys have a deck list you'd like me to play here, make sure you guys share it down below in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this particular version, and give me some suggestions as well for things I could switch out or upgrade to make it a little bit better. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!